Paul, I know you've been
Yes.
waiting. I know you've been
Yes.
waiting to talk about them. I
Yes.
did put you off there on purpose just to ruin your flow.
You had me teed up
Paul,
and ready, and then you let me down. Yeah.
no, go for it
Right.
then. Tell me.
Okay.
Daejeon are
Daejeon,
back.
yes, they are back. It was their first match in K-League 1 since November the 28th, 2015, 2,640 odd days ago. It was their first win in K-League 1 since the 24th of October 2015, 2,680 odd days ago. And interestingly, Lee Chang-gun and Ju Se-jong both played in that game, but for Busan on the opposite side, they beat Busan 2-1. But to sum it up, the Purples were excellent. Purposeful is what I said in my match report, because they were. First half, especially, the pace on the counter was frightening. They looked to get the ball into the corners towards Leandro for him to drive at Gangwon. Evidence of that was with the goal, but we'll come to that in just a second. The first was his assist, though. He played it through to Thiago. Very cool finish, very calm. And Leo, he knew exactly where his mate was. The pass was inch perfect. Clearly, already they've got a good thing going there between the two of them. The shape was good too for Daejeon. The lineup sheet said it was a 4-3-3. They began with a 3-4-1-2 with new boy Anton on the left side of a back three with usual left back Soyoung Jae as a wing back. OJ Sok was the other wing back on the right hand side, but both began very high up the pitch. They looked like wingers really, with almost like a front four, but that was to try and pin Gangwon back in those early exchanges. Ju Se-jong was very much the quarterback who would drop into the sort of back line to make a four, and his passing, his just sort of authority on the ball was superb. So again, as I said, for the first goal, great link-up play, but just very sharp, very purposeful, and there was a clear plan, which you couldn't say about Gangwon. Really, they were lethargic and a little bit laboured in that first half. In the press conference afterwards, Lee Min-sung was asked if this was his team's new tactic, but he sort of laughed it off and said, "If I say it is, then other teams will know what to do against us." But the second goal came after they began to build a bit of momentum as well. But in that period, from the first goal to the second, they were unbelievable. They just wave after wave of attack. Gangwon's back three, cumbersome, bit too high at times, dangerous that against the pace that the Purples had. Personnel, I think, was an issue as well. Yoon Suk-young, Im Chang-woo, and Kim Yong-bin with the sort of three centre-backs. Two are really their full-backs, and Kim Yong-bin is not the quickest. None are really, but they just look very lethargic. I thought they could have probably had Kevin Janssen start. He might have been a better sort of fit to go up against Thiago in that sort of physical encounter. The second goal, we've seen the video, I'm sure, on Instagram from the K-League, but a two-pass counter-attack, basically. Mm-hmm. It was an interception by Choi Yoo-min, who was superb, by the way, throughout the whole game. He knew what to do. He got the ball, he gave it to his mate, Lee Jin-hyun, who took a touch, turned, and then gave it to Leandro, who, as I said, aimed for him in the corner. A little bit of luck because the defender falls over, but he was flat-footed. That's probably why. And then Leo was devastated. The direct run, it was so determined. He knew what he was going to do, and that goal, it comes inside and he sort of fires it into the near post, and it's 2-0. It was just incredible, and he had a very similar chance like that in the playoff second leg. He kind of dropped out of form a little bit towards the end of last season. And he got a bit of a telling off from the manager and maybe some of his teammates for missing that opportunity. But clearly, he's in form. And like I said before, a good sort of understanding with Thiago. But in the second half, it became more of a 5-3-2 or a 5-4-1. Lee Min-sung, he loves and values pace in his side. Once he knew that legs were beginning to tire, he brought on Kim In-gyun and Shin Sang-eun, again, to try and keep the same sort of system, keep the ability to sort of hit them on the counter attack. But Daejeon were just very, very good. First half especially, and we saw two different sides of the team. Very good going forward, very dangerous, and then at the back, just very, very solid. They dealt with everything. Gangwon weren't great. but they had a couple of opportunities. Yang Hyun-jun had one or two looks in. Kim Dae-won had a couple of shots as well. Gallego, when he came on second half, he did okay. But overall, Daejeon were just fantastic. And yeah, it was a massive, massive win.